I was AAA rated. Executive protection pearl. I was up here. I was up here. God!
Boom, what's up you guys? Real quick disclaimer, in this video I show executive protection agents, bodyguards doing the uglier aspects of what we do in my industry, but there are some ugly aspects of what we do. It doesn't mean that the people you see in the video aren't professionals and aren't at the top of the league. They're working with A-listers, which means they're at the top of the league. So, but there are times when we have to do things that we get paid to do. You understand me? So I just want you to know, if you see an agent in this video and if you see yourself in this video, much respect. No one knows if you made the right call but you, because you were the only one who's there. Much respect. Hope to work with you guys. I just want to show that I need to show the world and the rest of the industry what it is we do. Sometimes the good, the bad, the ugly, things they may think are ugly, but things we know we got to do. That's the game. Anyways, much love, you guys. Enjoy the video. Out. Boom! Yo, what's up, you guys? Byron Rodgers here. I'm going through Elijah Shah's book, Celebrity Protection and Touring, and he's talking about something that's been an ongoing kind of a conversation in our executive protection / private security / bodyguard space, right? And you know, I don't know, I always appreciate people challenging my thinking, because that's how you achieve higher and higher levels of learning and higher and higher levels of just that's how you evolve, you know. So the book has been amazing. I think I'm over halfway through it. I'm on the audio book, so hey, much respect for doing your own audio book, Elijah. I got to do one of those for my book, Finding Meaning After the Military. It's just something I've been tiptoeing around, but much respect for doing that. It sounds good, you sound good, the content's solid. I'm going to recommend your book to any and everybody I know who's trying to get into the celebrity protection segment or work that demographic of client. But on topic, the conversation of executive protection agent versus bodyguard, right? You know, who's who in the zoo? What do you want to be? What do you want to be associated with? What do you want to be called? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? You know, it's an ongoing conversation, and it's got a number of different implications. I've seen and I've heard for most of my career, you don't want to be an exec, you don't want to be considered a bodyguard, because that's like the knuckle dragger, the, you know, the physical guy, the guy that not the smart guy, you know. What are you doing? And all the bodyguard does is close protection. He guards the body, you know. It's kind of almost like a slang term for what we do. An executive protection agent provides everything, from concierge, the facilitation of everything having to do with the event, from the vulnerability assessments all the way up to liaising with the hotels, airports, venues, venue staff, point of contact for the individuals you're going to meet, everything. The movements, all of it falls underneath the executive protection agent. The executive protection agent facilitates any and everything having to do with this overall security for the client. The bodyguard, the stigma of a bodyguard is kind of a slang term that's like, you think of a bodyguard, well, just think about it. When you think of a bodyguard, what's the image that pops up in your head? What do you see? You see like big jacked dude, maybe a black dude, moving bodies, you know, pop star in the background, crazy, you know, people going crazy everywhere, and there's a bodyguard pushing people out of the way. Or do you see, you know, a dude, you know, guarding, you know, a mafia guy, but it's like a big, just people mover kind of guy. So right now in the executive protection industry, there's like an exodus from that going on, and it's been going on for a long time. You know, more gray men are being hired, more individuals who are unassuming, actually, especially now that the clientele, many different clientele demographics, are more concerned with being PC and less intrusive, and just having a smaller signature as they move around. Bigger bodyguards attract more attention, so then people start to be like, yo, who is this dude who's here with this huge dude?
All right, guys, get us some space. Don't get in front of us. Don't push in front of us. Don't push me, all right? Get in front of us. I told you to fucking go. Let him out. Hey, big man. Big man. He pushed me first. No, let me tell you something.
You know what I mean? Like, even if I didn't know who the dude is, there's this huge dude. I've been with people who have millions of followers. We used to walk around Beverly Hills. But then when they see that we had, like, you know, a 350-pound human with us, they're like, who's this dude? You know, who's the big, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of negative stigma attached to the term bodyguard for industry professionals. But the point that Elijah Shaw makes in his book is around the reality that, and we've all experienced this, the term bodyguard is something that the public recognizes. And when you're looking at putting together an elevator speech, or you're looking at conveying your value and or what it is you do for a living to your target demographic, to the public, you need to do that quick and succinctly and effectively. How do you do that?
Being nice. All right, man. Just let me do my job.
I'm doing my job. Quit bumping into me.
Don't push, dude. I'm not bumping
into me again. Don't bump into me again.
Don't touch me, dude.
You may have to use the terms. You do need to use the terms that they are familiar with, and you don't want to end up having to spend a whole bunch of time talking about what, you know, your certifications and the title that you chose because it sounds cool really is, you know. So the executive protection title is a nice, beautiful title. It sounds sexier. It sounds sexy. Bodyguard has been turned into a crude term, right? In my circles, you know, not everywhere in the industry, but in my circles. But what I want to maybe illuminate here is that it becomes more efficient and effective to use the term that you're, you know, you fish with the tackle that you're bait, or you fish with the tackle that what you want to catch. You need to dress the bait the way you want to be addressed. We are constantly in many other areas of life where we're intelligent, readjusting the things we're using to communicate, to attract, and to form highly valuable relationships. And that's all business is on many different levels, is the art of procuring and manufacturing and maintaining ultra cyclical and reciprocal relationships, right? So this term bodyguard actually really helps us in a number of different ways. And I think that in many different ways, unless you're inside of an executive protection circle, I have found utility for it, and I think more of us would do good to consider finding utility for it. And I think that the ultimate highest goal or aspiration for us should be, you know, as you guys know, with many of my brands, what I try to do is bring honor back to the executive protection profession, to the profession of being a bodyguard, because it's a profession that's as old as humanity, and it's one of the most honorable things you can do is protect a human, another human's life. No greater love than this, than a man would lay his life down for another. The reality of what you do when you're protecting a human, putting yourself between that human and danger, is a righteous thing. Nonetheless, the bodyguard stigma, I think we need to all work together to increase the quality of, because one, we're all in this together, and two, it's a term that if we can just do good enough jobs on a micro level, we can have an overall macro effect on the industry where people do find value in the service we provide. And with my goal, with my brands, with my school, with my podcast, I want to contribute to a higher quality executive protection professional, a higher quality bodyguard, in order to restore honor back to our profession. And I think that leveraging this term with all the value it already has is something that can become valuable, can be valuable to all of us private security professionals in this game. I want you to think about that, and I want to encourage you to go and get Elijah Shaw's book, Celebrity Protection and Touring. It is phenomenal, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the podcast or training with me in the League of Executive Protection Specialists through Training Day. This is Byron Rodgers, protector by nature and by trade. Out. Boom!
Do you know what happens when a AAA rated executive protection agent loses a client? I was up here. Now I'm down here. The dead guy's up here.